Hello there, and welcome to Paris Set Me Free mini photo tutorials. This is number 3 in my DécaNation series of photographs taken from exactly the same spot, the same seat, at an athletics meeting in Paris, at Stade Charletti. Now this is the first in the series, I think, which has some action, what you'd expect to see from an athletics meeting. In other words, an athlete doing their sport. But this one is a little strange. And as I will keep insisting, to the point of boredom probably, each photograph that you choose to show to other people must have something about it which makes it special. It's not good enough just to have a runner. His legs have to be in the right position. There has to be some reaction between him and the crowd. He has to be doing something strange, or he has to be beautifully framed in some way. So, what's special about this photograph? Well, first of all, let me show you the original. Moving over here, this is the original, so you can see straight away I've changed it from a landscape format to a portrait format, chopping quite a lot of the picture. And also let me show you some of the options I had. Just going down here, you can see 3 options. He's running in to the home straight, he's running along the home straight, and there he is just a little bit further on. Now if I just go back to the bigger version, I'll show you those closely. Here he is coming in, he's looking at the crowd, he looks pretty happy, and he is, because he's way ahead of the rest. He was better than them, and he knows it. He's completely relaxed as he comes into the home straight, and he's enjoying his moment of glory. This is a tiny bit further along, as you can see from the angle at which he is to us, sideways on. Beautiful stride there, but he's got something strange. He's got his finger up to his, it looks like his finger is up to his lips, and I honestly thought that he was saying shh, in other words, don't shout too loud, don't embarrass the others, or something like this. But as I looked at other photographs and saw what he was doing in them, I realized that in fact he had his finger up saying number 1, one of those symbols that runners often do. So his finger isn't actually in front of his lips, it's off to the side, and I think he's saying I'm number 1. Here's the final shot, which is the one I chose, and again, because of the angle, his finger is actually touching his mouth, but it's still strange enough to make you stop and think, that's a bit of a strange position. He's obviously not just running, he's making some sort of symbol to the crowd. Now, why did well, this one I didn't choose. I could have done. I mean, superb muscles showing there. It's a bit pale, so I'd have had to do something with the colours. He's looking at us, but this really didn't do it for me. It wasn't a dynamic shot enough, even if I cropped in. But he's smiling too much. He's too relaxed. This one, so my final choice was between this one and this one. Now you might think this one is better because he's got a dynamic stride, stretching out there, those legs. He's got his finger up in that strange position, so that's covered. And he's also got this bush behind him, which actually highlights the light colour of his skin in the sun to this dark bush behind. That's fair enough. But look at this guy here. He's got his head chopped off, and if we look at him in this shot, he hasn't, and he's looking directly at the runner. This official, although he should be measuring something or other here, is looking at the guy running. This is a French guy, and it's a French stadium, so you know he's probably French, so he's enjoying the fact that this French guy is winning easily, in the same way as the spectators are enjoying watching him. So it's a very important element and useful element if you can have someone in the photograph reacting to the main subject in the same way as you want the viewer of your photograph to react. And that's what we've got here. He's looking at him thinking, yeah, good one, or whatever, and supposedly so are we in the stands. So he's on a diagonal as well, and his body here is very nicely balanced by his body up here. Here's the muscles and the nice skin coloured arms and legs, and his tight running tunic there, and here's the official in half black, half white, so there's a very nice contrast again. Another thing to say, well, he's framed, if I go back to the one that I chose in the end, here it is, I've obviously decided to chop off the extraneous stuff which didn't do much. The stuff to the right of this official didn't really say much for me, and the stuff behind him, including the bush, I thought kind of got in the way. What I wanted was the reaction between this guy and this guy, which gave a very nice, strong, very vertical composition. I've got his foot here with exactly the same amount of space from his heel to the left-hand side, more or less, and his the front of his foot is the balls of his feet to the bottom of the track. So that's nicely framed there, and then you've got this excellent dynamic line here, which is more or less the line which takes you to the official. His leg, the position of his leg, leads you nicely into the shot to the other diagonal, with this dynamic pushing forward, beautiful shape here, which is echoed by the shape of his arm like that. And finally, if you look at the top here, it's got a sliver of pink, which is echoed by this larger sliver of pink here. So the photograph itself is framed top and bottom by the pink running track. And finally, I think, I promise, you've got the two bits of bunting on this line here actually are on either side of him. So at first you might think it gets in the way, but having said that, there's one behind him, one in front of him. You know, red kind of goes with the red of the track, blue goes with the blue of his shorts, so I don't think that's a problem at all. So that's the one I went with. Lots of nice things to say about this, and again, as I said, there's something different about it. It's not just a guy running. When you know the story behind it, and there's something a bit strange about it, his finger up, plus you've got the interaction between the two people in the photograph, it makes it a far stronger piece. That's it for this time. You can see a good version of that on the blog, parissetmefree.blogspot.com. Go to September 2008. Thanks for visiting. See you next time.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre. Je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.